Hello, Capricorn Ascendant. I'm sorry I'm keeping it quiet. It's 2:05 a.m. It's very nice to see you. I always get a little bit wild in the dark because my first house has got the moon and Saturn conjunct. So I'm very, very quietly drunk on this energy. Thank you very much for being here. Capricorn, you might recognize me from somewhere because I got Saturn in my first house. Welcome. Capricorn Ascendant. This is not for the sun or the moon. If you're confused about your ascendant, have a look at the link below. Have a look at the day that you were born, the time, if you know it, and the place, and you will be revealed the ascendant of your birth. Of your choosing, I should say, because you chose it before you came here. So, hi. Okay, Capricorn as an ascendant is not a healing one. It's a taking one. You're not healing. But that's the thing, is quite often you guys need to be healers, or need to be feelers of the healers. It's an interesting conundrum with you guys, because based on your ascendant, you might not like what you dished very quickly. You might not like what you dished in your chart, you might not like what you dished. Like, you might not like your feet, you might not like how you walk around, you might not like what you wear, you might not like something about your form, you might have too much hair for your liking, you might have not enough hair, you might not like what you've been given. And this is something that becomes a little vice because you cannot sometimes forgive yourself for having that. And this is really harsh because quite often these people are actually really unique and very, very sophisticated in many different ways, but because they're not in love, they're not in love with things quite often, just because they don't quite accept something about themselves. And they can't actually commit to anything quite often because of that thing. For instance, they might think that they're fat, and for some reason that thought feeds the fat. And the more they eat, the less progress they make. And they might have something with their body that they fight with every day. And they decide that's the reason why I can't have a job, or this is the reason why I'm still single. I'm alone because I'm fat. And this is what the Capricorn Ascendant does, is basically it solidifies it down. It solidifies it down really well. So basically take care of yourself, you guys. If you can see yourself getting bloated, take care of that. If you can see yourself getting womanly, if you're a man and you don't care for it, you need to, sort it out. If you have any kind of feelings creeping into your head like I'm a cripple, that has to be sorted out straight away, because otherwise you build on it and you make more of it with your thought patterns. For instance, if you've got like thick thighs, and you're really not liking it, and you can't just accept it and love it and care for it, because it'll fluctuate. If you care for it, you're not likely to structure it. That's the thing. But if you don't care for it, it's likely to remain and structure on top of itself. Say if you got like lovely thighs and you love your thighs big and you don't care, and you generously do not care, that's fine, because they'll not be big for a long time. But say if you got big thighs and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I can't wear this, I can't wear that, my whole life remains unspoken and unheard because I don't want people to look at me, that's when we've got a dealio coming up. This is actually going to sound very crazy perhaps, but quite often when you don't like something about your body, you'll have something coming up for you in your business. You'll have something coming up for you in your friend zone. You have something coming up for you like, take this, try this. It's almost like referring to you like, hey, you know how you hate your feet? Hey, how about this business idea? And you might go, no. Why? Because you kind of know sometimes your imagination makes things possible. Your imagination can lead you to connecting to new friends, to new people, when you feel like it underneath it all in your psyche. You kind of like blend your life, dream and reality together, and they become alike because you got Cancer on your descendants. So you actually generate these dreams, which come when you are not truly happy with your reality. You start looking at yourself and forming yourself differently. Basically, when you're fixated on your body, fixated on your flesh, you are embarrassed. You need something to do, man. And you got to do it fast, because it's either you need to start thinking about something new or do something about what your body's doing, because basically it's like a thing that happens, you get calcified or solidified in your form, unless you want to finally do that thing. And the thing with Capricorn is they usually put it off for later. Capricorn Ascendant, not the sun or the moon, they put it off for later. For example, they know that they could have this chance for like beginning to become this person, and they're solidifying for them. It's like caring for them. People are telling them, just be this person, or just take the role. And they understand that when they start walking into the same roles, they are going to be screwed. They're going to be screwed. They're gonna have to be that. They're going to have to be that, and they have to tempt themselves no more with their ideas. They have to stop tempting themselves with anything. They have to start doing the thing. And this is sometimes very, very evil of Capricorns to do, but they'll make somebody else do the thing instead. Like, this is something very, very evil, because quite often they'll have a friend that lives their dream. My mum is a Capricorn, Capricorn Ascendant in New Zealand, and she's made me do a lot of things I didn't need to do. It's like because they can see the next phase coming and they don't want to do it because they don't want to solidify it, or they're afraid of something that's actually easy to do and they've needed to do it for a long time, but they can actually put that karma onto another person. I've seen a Capricorn Ascendant who did not want to be a musician, although he proclaimed himself a great musician inside his own home. But to be able to take it out on the streets, he made his friend famous. His friend is a famous musician now, but he's not. Well, what is that about? Why do Capricorn Ascendants need to pass on their abilities or their like stimulus or their secret game onto another person? Why do they have to make another person the esoteric guru instead of themselves? Why do they do that? Well, the thing is, because they are afraid. They're afraid that they will not be able to be capable of that thing that is way out there, because they're going through an illusion and they know it. It's something very, very evil and cunning that takes them by surprise when they understand that that thing that they always wanted to do is not what they want to do. And quite often they need to do the thing that they don't use themselves for. Like, it's really quite interesting. There'll be a surprise every day. There'll be at least an interesting person that will coax them. Like, oh, you play the guitar every day, you should go out. You should be famous. Oh, no. And then they'll make you famous. I lived with a Capricorn Ascendant for a little bit, and he was a musician, or he really wanted to be. And that's the thing. Sometimes it's like you can be given it from birth, or it could be like a side effect of your dreams. Whatever you're going to do, like that thing that's sort of like in your mind is a thing you want to do, it could be a side effect or it can be real. Oh, this person had like an interesting combination of the both, wanted to be a musician. And I told them every day, you should fucking get yourself a guitar that's brand new and go out and really, really feel it and like try playing the band. Come on, you're good. What else are you gonna do? And quite often they're quite idle. They can choose to be idle every day, unless they got some very strong stars. Idle every day, but they know what they want to do. And I kept on telling them, come on, you can do it. And do you know what that made me do? It made me write a shitload of music. I wrote so much music that year when I was living with this boy that was a Capricorn Ascendant and a Cancer Sun. Interesting. And he gave me so much advice in the ether about my music. He gave me so much information, but then he did not care for it. He did not care for his own experience, unless I told him to never do it. That's the thing. If I ever told that boy he was shit at guitar, if I ever told him to go away with his music, and that I did, and I'll tell you what happens. Mystery rides the Capricorn Ascendant to the ground. Basically what happened, I was about to move my house. Sometimes he used to come to my house and invite it, and he left his guitar outside the door. And I knew it was him, and I said, damn Fraser, you fucking serious? Leaving your guitar outside the door? So I pushed a negative energy towards his guitar, which probably propelled his music later. So it's a very interesting trick with music, trick with people, trick with career that he did. So what I'm telling you is this. When you're Capricorn Ascendant, you need to just give it up and do it already. You can't tell people what to do that you actually want to do and then persecute them for it. You might need to just structure yourself as you wish. Like if you've always wanted to be an esoteric writer, but then you praised everyone else who was into esoterics and they went really big, they built themselves quickly for some reason, and then you're like angry and you're like, you're writing crap. You're terrible. It's something that my mum's done recently, but it's not quite the same because she's native Leo Ascendant, she's only Capricorn in New Zealand. Basically what I'm telling you guys is that like you have to start being honest with yourselves very quickly in the game, and you've got to place yourselves in certain places which are compatible or cooperative with your dream. For example, you're a Capricorn Ascendant and you love to use your hands. Use your hands for something creative, something interesting. It's usually something otherworldly. Something, I just want to do something. There's usually something very, very blasé, but something very feeling about you guys. It's like you kind of know what to do, but you don't quite know how. And this is something that needs to get nurtured and used very quickly. Say if you get to a point where you are like, I can't, I don't want to do it. I don't know what it is, I just can't. And you create some kind of a little mystery like, I'm not holy enough, I'm not gloriful enough. I need to belong in my family and not worry. You know, like you'll sort of hide yourself away and connect to a different idea. If you're like, no, I cannot. Basically what you need to do then is to tell yourself that you can. You can do the dream, you can keep on going. And you can use what you've got already, healing people and doing things that are connecting worlds, creating magic, creating a mystery, creating something fresh. Say if you were ever a Capricorn Ascendant, say if you traveled, you might have felt it too. I've been in Bali under Capricorn Ascendant, and you know what I did? I decided I needed to run a cafe. Okay? So I was like, oh, stuff on my spirit stuff, it could be on the side. I need to run a cafe. Okay, so need to be very clear about what you do and what you really feel, because otherwise you'll feel something will tell you somewhere you need to do something completely opposite, or that you're disabled or you're not able to be loved. And that will make you feel really uncomfortable, not confident in yourself, which will sever any kind of gifts. And why would you need to do that? Because in the end, you'll be sad. And quite many people are, because Cancer is a sad descendant. Because Cancer is a sad descendant. Quite often people leave through the descendant. They come in through the ascendant, leave through the descendant. So the descendant in Cancer basically says, I'm enough. I'm enough. I'm not anyone's. I'm just... It's like a non-feeling, non-saying, non-verbal, even not waving goodbye. You may be the kind of person that doesn't even wave goodbye. And even to the point where you're that boy or girl that gets too emotional about things to even say anything that you feel, and you just walk right off. You walk right out. It's a very, very nice placing for any kind of deep commitment to God. Anything to do with religious things, but not taking it way out there. You're just like, it's like clay, you're molding yourself. And then you're just molding yourself into the new. And this is what Cancer gives you on the descendant. You mold yourself into the new, and you can't actually be in the same vibration as other people. You've got to mold yourself new, and you're molding yourself new. You can't be in the same vibration as the previous environment. That's healthy. That's healthy for you as a Cancer descendant and a Capricorn ascendant. However, most guys, you guys, Capricorn ascendants, especially in the earlier degrees, you can't quite feel what it would be like to let things go. You know, you come in some way like, I can't see myself without this person. It must be love. Like, I can't actually be without this person's house, or I can't actually be without this. And this is what makes it very, very harsh on the people around a Capricorn ascendant, because they can never leave something as well. Like, they kind of become unburdened, but sticky somewhere. They can't quite commit to themselves enough. They don't know how to give up. They don't know how to let things go. They're not quite sure as to what the next step is. Like, they can get also quite murky. So basically with Capricorn ascendant, I'd really advise you guys to be really clear. And maybe even write on a piece of paper, I want to be a rock and roll star. Or I need to be a housewife to a beautiful husband. That's for my mom. Or I need to be a beautiful pilot. Write it down, and you know what it is. And quite usually it's just obvious. It's just obvious what it is. You write it down, you stick it down somewhere. and you just go bye to anything else that's not that. Bye, you're not helping me, you're not going, nah, not same direction, bye, see ya, bye, see ya. And it's a Cancer descendant. It's almost like you just disappear into the ether and you're never to be found again. So my gorgeous Capricorn Ascendant, just a few little tips about how to leave things behind. First, understand where you are. Second, understand where it's contributing to you. What is it doing for you? What is it giving you? And quite often it will give you a lot if you just focused. Bali was an amazing focus for me. Third, please don't regard or disregard any kind of conversation about not that thing that you want to do. If it's not about that thing you want to just forget it. Mom, dad, kids, anything. They want to talk about things that are other things, disregard it because it's too easy to change track. Too easy. No. Keep your focus. And number 4, if you've come into a situation that you really care for, this is it. Until you're like, oh my gosh, I can't, oh gosh, listen to yourself and keep yourself straight and occupied with your work. That's the best thing I can do. And if it's time, you'll just know, because things will be like moving. Oh my gosh, everybody's leaving. Oh, see ya, bye. It'll be like, oh, the person just left, goodbye. You won't even want to say goodbye. You might actually just walk into the other room and then realize you're actually never going to see that person again. Or, oh my gosh, actually you don't even need to sign a divorce paper. It's just, that's just it. So basically, you guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for nurturing me. I really enjoy you guys. Very, very fascinating people. Very, very superstitious maybe, but very, very interesting. Very intense. Very interesting fate. Quite usually interesting fate. Just be careful of your burdens and your blessings, because they can become either or. And enjoy your time here on Earth. How are you? If you'd like a reading, I'd love to hear from you. Let me know. I do very, 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 very intense readings. I explain a little bit about them on the website. If you're not sure, you can always write me an email. Ask me exactly what I do again. That's fine. If you'd like to leave a comment below, please do. I'm not quite sure if I'll be the one answering them, but usually people are really nice at helping each other on these type of channels. And very good to see you grow and develop. Thanks a lot, Capricorn Ascendant, and I'll see you later.